movie notes on T-34, 2018 film, November 2024 viewing. I've put this in a movie watch list before. It wasn't in my movie watch list for this past week. It's a bonus, so to speak. But I've had featured this on this channel before. I got it from, it was on the shelves at my library last time, or one of the previous times I featured it, and then as it's gotten further away from the release, there are fewer copies in the library system, so I put it on hold this time. But I don't, depending on, it was released in 2018, and then else, like I think broader and in the United States of America, 2019, but it was initially released 2018, and it was even in the credits, so it was like, if I put 2019 last time, it's still this movie, but I'm gonna go with 2018 because that was initial release. So these are my notes for this movie for my Sunday 24 November 2024 viewing. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. The DVD case is a little squeaky. It's a Sky Comish library copy. My description is, it's a Russian language film about Russians utilizing T-34 tank technology for fighting and escaping the Nazis during World War II. So, yes, so I've seen this before. It's a good one. It's kind of fun in the sense of it's action, but it's like slow moving, high artillery kind of action. So it's not necessarily like a fighter pilot where it's like a person in the air. Vroom, vroom, vroom. It's a tank, so it's moving kind of slow. So like the dynamics are, you know, the turning of the like missile or bullet launcher or whatever it's called, you know, I don't really know, you know, like that's the action, is like the turning of the little periscope, so to speak. So it's kind of fun in that sense. I enjoy it. It's a fun one, especially tank technology in war movies is definitely not the norm for now. So it's a little bit more unusual in that sense. And I was watching and I was like, let me guess. The reason the Americans hate the Russians is that the Russians got to use tanks in a war. So essentially, like, you know, it was fought on home soil. World War II, a lot of fighting was done in Europe and Asia on home soil. And so the Russians got to use tanks in the war. And the United States of America did not, especially not on home soil. So like there's a little bit of, hey, you know, we missed that phase entirely. Right? So there we go. Andrei Minikov. So I've brought up previously, us, you know, canoodling, sweet, sweet loving in a tank. We are still eager to make sweet, sweet love inside a tank. Is it going to be a T-34? I don't know. That would be something special if he saved one of those for sweet, sweet loving with me. And then I was thinking about kind of life and death in general, and I was like, I consider people who are fixated on death / who talk about death a lot as people who have cold feet on life. They struggle to commit to life. And it applies to whoever they are talking about death about. So like, if they're talking about somebody and they're like, but what if they die, or what if they yada yada yada, or what if it gets worse, or yada, it's their way of indicating they're not fully committed to the life of the person they're speaking about. So, but that kind of came up, that can be applied outside of kind of that context as well, but like, you know, the death of technology, or they always want it to be, you know, something else, and then that kind of thing is, right when people are talking about changing, new, it's cold feet. They can't commit to what they already have, and maintain that and curate that and love that. So yeah, but that kind of came to mind with this movie. It's a good one. So it does start off, it starts off with the battling, and then a number of the Russians are taken prisoner of war, and so they use a T-34 to escape as well. And then there's kind of off and on fighting at a different scale than having like armies fighting armies. So there's different scales of fighting. But yeah, the tank is a method of combat, but also a method of let's get out of here. Because the tank provides them protection from the elements, the natural elements, so to speak. So those are my movie notes on T-34, 2018 film, 24 November 2024 viewing.